It's episode 3. I'm feeling lovely. I hope you're feeling lovely too. How are you feeling, James?
I'm feeling betrayed. Believe it or not, I thought we had a good thing going at this podcast. But you've been moonlighting on me. You've been filming another podcast.
Yeah, and that's for my university course, so it's about time that you got a grip.
You need to grow up.
I think
Sort yourself out.
You're petty.
You're worse than Judas.
Go and get a job, a proper job.
There's no need for that. Anyway, moving on to matters other than other podcasts. How was your pancake day?
Absolutely tremendous.
Well, my mum decided that she couldn't be bothered making any this year, so she took us to a restaurant in the Preston area.
Now that is out of order, and you didn't tell me that.
Well, anyway, we're at this restaurant, and she's the type of woman that, although she's quite fit, still feels the need to start a diet every other week.
Yeah, 14 stone in a day sort of person.
So I'm eating away at my bacon and syrup pancake, and as she's having the diet soup. Of course, she discussed with the waitress. Waitress, sorry.
Right, that's a new one.
About the amount of calories in the soup, and she was obviously accommodating. And she got all the big women coming in from Weight Watchers on a Thursday night, so she's used to, of course.
Well, why are you calling them big women?
Because they're the big women.
No, that's out of order.
Well, they got to Weight Watchers for a reason.
No, one thing I won't joke about, and Ricky Gervais will back me up on this, and that's the handicapped.
They're not handicapped.
Get on with it.
Anyway, what have you going up for Lent?
Good question, actually. I don't know if you know, but I clean part-time. I know James knows. I'm talking to the wider audience here. I clean part-time at Hudson 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week. And while cleaning the sixth form, me and my colleagues had this conversation. I hadn't planned to give anything up, but I have given up pastry.
Pastry?
Yeah, I love steak bakes and I love your Cornish pasties.
Wow,
so
okay.
I'm going to give up pastries. It'll be tough, but
well,
Jesus
I know it will.
did it.
Because you love a co-op meal deal.
Yep, spot on. Steak slices for £1.
Yeah, fantastic. How's the Valentine's Day? You take the message anywhere nice?
Me and the missus just had a quiet one this year. Yeah, I didn't get up to too much, really.
Yeah, to let you know, this is a fictional missus. That's a bombshell. A big bombshell.
It's not a fictional missus. I'm in a very stable relationship now for a number of years.
Okay. Anyway, I'll tell you who had a weird Valentine's Day. Jess and Dom.
Yes, the Love Island stars. I saw them getting married on this morning.
For me, a wedding should be with your loved ones, not the producers at This Morning who think you're a bellend. But moving on to the sporting news.
Hold on. I want to discuss this before we get on to sport.
Okay, fair enough.
Jessica. James, would you get married in a bikini?
I would not get married in a bikini.
I know you're not female, but
well,
would
I
you
just
be
think
tempted
I think the general sort of thing is very attention and money grabbing, so I'm not going to give it too much. Anyway, we had a big fight over the weekend.
Yeah.
George Groves defeated Groves-Eubank Jr.
Come on! Get in! I predicted last week. James was slightly...
Well, no. I predicted it too, let's be fair. This is on audio.
Yeah, let's say James was slightly withdrawn in his backing. He came to terms in the leading couple of days up to the fight that he thought Groves would win.
I thought in the end Groves' experience would be enough, but I thought he looked like a ghost at the weigh-in, didn't he, George?
He did. He looked weak. He looked malnourished. With all due respect.
Yeah, he was struggling, George.
Yeah.
But yeah, he took you back to school. To be fair.
Yeah, class act.
Yeah, I thought George was absolutely excellent. Probably his career best performance.
Yeah, who knows what would have happened if Howard Foster didn't jump in at that night against Carthroch. But George Groves absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, he kept Groves-Eubank Jr. at range all night. He dictated the pace. He dictated the whole fight, and every credit.
That jab was always going to be an issue for Eubank. Eubank was swinging in wildly, couldn't really find the range at all whatsoever. Yeah. Even on the ropes, when Eubank tried to put the pressure on, George was swaying, moving. He completely out-grappled Eubank on the ropes. He couldn't get anything off. It was just a brilliant performance. It was levels, ultimately, in this game.
Yep.
George was levels above Chris.
Also, I find it awfully hard to believe how Chris Eubank has still not got a trainer.
Yeah, it's ridiculous now.
I mean, it was crying out last night for Chris Eubank to have a trainer there to assist him, especially with that cut. And you could see that every time George Groves was landing on Chris Eubank, it was getting to Eubank, it was hurting Eubank. Yeah. So if Eubank had a trainer in his corner, he could have guided Eubank along much more.
Yeah, and the real issue is, he's so deluded, he gets to the end of the fight and still tries to claim that he won.
Yeah.
Nobody in the arena thought he'd won, nobody in the world thought he'd won, even his dad thought he'd lost.
Yeah. Not to be fair to Eubank, I mean, it was obviously extremely embarrassing for him. Because
you won't get better unless you accept your defeat.
No, I agree with that. I think away from the cameras, Chris Eubank Jr. knows he got beat. Yeah. I think he was extremely embarrassed by the fact that
he was schooled, effectively.
He was schooled. He looked amateurish. Yeah.
The issue is that Chris isn't a world level fighter, and unfortunately, super middleweight, he's just a bit too small. Middleweight, you can think of at least 6 middleweights who he won't really stand much chance against. So I think Chris is at least 2 or 3 years away from competing legitimately for another world title.
Well, I agree. I mean, Eubank's extremely talented. I mean, he's got a lot of power.
But the issue is, it's all athleticism rather than being a good boxer.
It is, but with a trainer to nurture Chris Eubank's skills, he could most definitely be a world challenger. Why not?
Yeah. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but there was somebody in that arena on more smack than Cali Sauerland. Prince Naseem Hamed, I can't even begin to discuss what sort of stuff he was on. I mean, he genuinely had me in tears. What camera do I have to look into to tell Chris Eubank he's finished? Had me in bits. I was dying.
Yeah. Naz was absolutely off his face. Me and James came to the conclusion that Naz has had an absolutely huge punt on Eubank to win.
It's just gone.
And,
it's gone awfully.
It's gone awfully wrong. But it was great value. But what I would say is that there's a lot of great pundits out there. There's a lot of great sports journalists out there who could do a far better job than Naz on TV.
Well, to be fair, I'd quite like to see Naz at least once a month now, because he had me in stitches.
Yeah, he's comedy, but he's not.
Well, he's not the greatest pundit in the world, but he was making me laugh.
He's an awful pundit.
Well, we have Duke to level it up. Duke McKenzie did a good job on punditry.
He was fantastic. And I'll quote Naz, you're either good at punditry or you're not.
No, I was there at the arena on the 24th of September a couple of years ago when Anthony Corella lost to Jorge Linares. And Tyson Fury got booed that night in the arena. It was fantastic to see 2 years on him getting a huge cheer.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's taken a while for people to come to the senses, but
he's the greatest in the world when fully fit.
He's the greatest in the world when fit, and he's an extremely likeable person.
Good lad, Tyson. Really nice man. Anyway, this all leads us on to the next semi-final next week. Callum Smith travels to Germany to take on Smith-Braehmer.
Yeah, he shouldn't have too many problems, Smith.
Yeah. I feel Smith, I do favour Smith, but it is in Germany, and we know what German judges are like. And also, Smith-Braehmer's experience, he's got a good jab, and Smith really struggled in his last fight with Scoglin's jab.
Yeah, but if Smith is all that he's made out to be, he really shouldn't have much problem. I mean, said that though, if Eubank he's made out for what he's supposed to be by his dad, who claimed that he would be better than Floyd Mayweather, then he shouldn't have had much problem depositing of George Groves, but again, experience showed, so maybe it might show in Germany again, but I'd go Smith.
Yeah, I'm going Callum Smith, and hopefully that'd set up a big All-English final between Callum and George.
Yep.
Anyway, as we predicted last week, Joe Joyce turned Rudolph Jozic into Rudolph the Red-Nosed Boxer. He disposited him inside a round. Relatively easy work for Joe. Would like him to step up now, potentially.
Yeah, but it might be a bit too soon to fight Chisora.
Yeah, maybe.
He wants him to fight Chisora, who's his promoter, but yeah, he's
cracking on Joe. 2 fights in.
Yeah.
A couple of opponents I'd be fine sticking in with Chisora. Chisora Of course, has been an excellent fighter over the years, but he's coming to the end now, really.
He is, but I mean, Chisora he's still a good campaigner. I mean, we saw that against White. He gave Dirty Dillian a hell of a lot of problems.
Yeah, if Derek's motivated, he can still cause people problems.
Yeah, most definitely.
Anyway, another heavyweight's back in action. Hughie Fury challenges for the British title on the 12th of May. He's back from that disappointing loss to Joseph Parker. Very close fight, that. And he's back and he's trying to win the British title.
Yep, I think it's a fantastic fight for him. I think after the disappointment of the Parker, I mean, that was the hardest bout I've ever tried to score.
Yeah, it was very close, that fight.
On that night, but he didn't get it in Manchester. Some would say fair enough. I'd say probably fair enough to a certain extent. It was a tough
close fight. It was what you like, sort of thing.
No, but this is a really good fight for Hughie. To get him back to winning ways, win that British title.
I put my house on him beating Sam Sexton.
Yeah, he won't have many problems at all.
But
it's a good fight for him.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he's keen to stay at British level and take on the up-and-comers like Dubois, Gorman, even Joe Joyce. But I think he wipes the floor really with British level, and I'd like to see him step up to European and world level again. I think he's got a real chance of picking up a world title.
Yep, couldn't agree more. Extremely talented is Hughie Fury.
Yeah. Quick congratulations to Ray Beltran, who finally won a world title.
Yeah,
and Danny Garcia returned to winning ways this weekend, as did David Benavidez.
Yep.
Now, if you like dancing, then I've got a fight for you that could be dancing on ice on steroids. It's rumoured, it's not confirmed. Jorge Linares versus Vasyl Lomachenko. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not overly convinced. I mean, we all know how good Jorge Linares is, but Lomachenko is the best fighter on the planet.
I agree.
And I'll say it, even Linares might even get skilled by this bloke. He's an absolute wizard in a boxing ring. I don't think anybody alive beats him.
I don't either. But the thing is with Vasyl, and I'm not saying he'll lose to Jorge, although I do seriously rate Jorge. He's got blistering hand speed. But how many weights can Vasyl Lomachenko go up before people just start being too big?
I don't know. I mean,
he'll be a freeweight world champion if he beats Jorge Linares, and it's not an easy division.
It's not.
Mikey Garcia's in there too, let's not forget.
I'd say it's probably the toughest division, actually.
Yeah, very tough.
In the world. But no, Lomachenko is an absolute wizard. Look out. Linares causing problems, but it won't be enough to beat him, I wouldn't have thought.
Frank Warren's got a show at York Hall. A lot of his youngsters, Dubois, Gorman, are both on that show.
The home of boxing.
Selford Barrett as well. Anthony Yard headlines the bill. I've not got a lot of time for Anthony, due to the fact that he keeps fighting bin men. It's just getting ridiculous now. He'll call out Frank Buglioni, and then he'll duck Jose Burton because Jose Burton was beat by Frank Buglioni. But then he'll try and fight Ricky Summers, who was also beat by Frank Buglioni, so I've just not got a lot of interest in Anthony's career so far. But I do see his potential.
I've not got a lot of time for you calling people who go by the name of Anthony. It's
Anthony for me.
It's Anthony. Please could you settle that debate if you're listening?
Yeah.
It's Anthony.
Adrian Broner's back in the news. This time it's sexual battery. It's just getting ridiculous with Adrian.
Yeah.
He's meant to be providing be a role model for kids around his area, and he just keeps messing up. He keeps doing these illegal things. I think he's been done for DUI, he's been done for assault, and it's gone a step further this time. It's getting ridiculous with Adrian.
He's the boxing version of Trevor Sinclair.
Yeah, we'll find out he's selling his body this time next week.
Yep.
Anyway, Eddie Hearn's got a show on Sunday night. Lewis Ritson versus Joe Murray for the British title, and Scott Fitzgerald from Preston is on that undercard, so good luck, Scott.
Yeah, all the best, Scott.
Quick tribute, Zanit Zakyanov, trained by Ricky Hatton, retired this week, and he's a warrior, isn't he, Zanit?
He's a class act. I love Zanat. He fought Ryan Burnett for the world title.
Yeah, unified.
Yeah, and he was desperately unlucky to only get one round on one of the scorecards.
Yeah, I thought it was a really close fight.
Yeah, I normally back British fighters, but on this occasion I was well and truly in Zanat's corner. He's just an extremely likeable bloke, trained by the Hitman.
Yeah, Ricky Hatton. Gave us a retweet yesterday, Ricky.
Yeah.
Love a retweet off Ricky Hatton.
Yeah, cheers for that, Ricky, if you listen, which you're probably not, but yeah, it's all the best to Zanat.
Yeah. Final fight of the weekend. Shrishkrit Sorungvisai defends his world title against Juan Estrada. And if you don't know who Sorungvisai is, he's an ex-bin man from... This is genuine, I'm not mocking him. He was a genuine bin man from Thailand, struggling. And he got an opportunity to fight pound for pound great at the time, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. He was 25 for 1. And I love
Roman. Great.
I loved... He was pound for pound number 1, rated by the Ring at the time. So
yeah, I won't rate...
4-weight world champion, so you're talking bollocks. Great fighter, Roman. I love Roman.
Asleep in the ring last couple of fights.
Well, that's not... It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, if you're wondering, James is a massive fan of that.
Love Roman. Yeah. Love the 5'3" Nicaraguan who can't speak a word of English, but he's up there with my favourite fighters.
And James has once called him his son.
Yeah, anyway. It's like watching a son, a brother. Means a lot to me, that man. But anyway, Rungvisai won that fight, and then he won the rematch. And he's taking on Juan Estrada, who's a really, really good boxer. I think he could have his work cut out of him with Juan Estrada. He's really technically good. Beat Carlos Cuadras in his last fight. I won't be surprised if we see An the New this weekend. And the thing is with these really small men at super flyweight that people think that it's not worth watching. They're not the heavyweights. They can't produce brilliant fights. But because they're so small, they can hit each other a million and one times in a round and they'll still keep coming. Anyway, talking very small men, Dennis Wise's career has been rejuvenated.
Since definitely planned that.
Absolutely planned, I apologise. But yeah, Dennis Wise is back on Sky. What do you make of this?
Yeah, Wisey made a big point at I'm a Celeb, if you recall. I mean, everybody needs to reignite their career. And I don't really do that. I need to do that. But to be fair to Dennis Wise, he's absolutely everywhere now on the TV, Dennis Wise, in terms of football punditry. I honestly can't believe it.
Yeah. Great week for English clubs in Europe. Juventus and Tottenham drew, and Man City managed to beat Basel 4-0.
And Liverpool in Porto.
Yeah. What do you think of the idea of Manchester City winning the quadruple this year?
I wouldn't discount them. However, what I would say is that they're a fantastic side, and they've got a great manager, a great squad, a lovely budget. But for me, the standard of football's decreased over the last 10-15 years. So it wouldn't be as impressive as say that United treble in '99 or the invincible season for Arsenal and Preston. But I couldn't discount them. They've got a lot of money, a lot of quality, and they're probably the team to beat in Europe this season because PSG are going out.
Yeah, now this is something we've debated a lot over the years. I've always been a big believer in VAR, and you haven't been.
No,
this weekend doesn't really help my argument, but I'm still a believer. We're still in the early days. Hopefully it can get better, but it was pretty much a disgrace what happened between Manchester United. One Matter's goal. I just thought it was an issue.
I just think it's a car crash from start to finish, really. I mean, it works in cricket and it works in rugby, because rugby is stop-start anyway, so the crowd don't particularly care, and also they're in touch with the referee. So the crowd can hear, people on TV can hear. Cricket, the captains get to choose when they use it, so that's obviously good because it limits it, and also the crowd can hear or see what's going on with it, and the people at home watching can hear what the umpires are saying. With football, quite simply, it will take too long. Not every game in the world is going to have the sort of technology to have it. There won't be enough people to employ to do it. I just think it's an utter car crash.
I don't see that being a huge issue, it not being used in every game. That's just...
Why?
That's things that happen in every sport, really.
So what I don't like is that...
it matters more at the top level, of course.
To those who support teams at the top level.
Well, no, just because there's far, far, far more money in it, so those games are more important.
They're not more important to me.
They are. Money's a big...
Not to a lot of people.
Very important in sport.
Of course it is, but not to people like me. I mean, I'm a Preston North End fan, and So what I would hate to see is North End getting an awful decision, it cost us the match, and then say Huddersfield against Brighton and Hove Albion, and just because they're dining at the top table, it means that they get that technology. I just think it's a car crash anyway. I'm happy just for officials to use it. I mean, it's supposed to be used as a clear and obvious mistake. I don't think that Juan Mata was a clear and obvious mistake. I think the linesman was in a fantastic position. I'm just not a big fan. I'm not convinced, and it will take a while to be convinced. Goal line technology, on the other hand, is fantastic.
Yeah. Just going to let you say a quick word on Barry Bennell.
Yeah, it's obviously... Look, it's disgusting, it's sick, and he deserves it every day in prison.
Hopefully he'll get a fairly long sentence. I don't want to really see Barry be out again.
Ever again.
Yeah. Jones and Smalling, rumoured to be leaving Manchester United. Good centre-back, but when you think United, you think the likes of Ferdinand Vidic, so I can't really complain if those two are let go.
Yeah. Look, Chris Smalling's a liability, especially for Manchester United. He'd do a job at a lower team, but no, Chris Smalling isn't brilliant. And in the papers, it's rumoured that Toby Alderweireld could be en route to Old Trafford, but
yeah, be an alright signing.
Yeah, it'd be a good signing, but I don't believe it. It's paper talk.
Now, pretty weird story. Johnny Evans, Gareth Barry, Livermore and Myhill have robbed a taxi in Barcelona.
Yep, it's all drunkard people.
What a fantastic story for 20 years' time. Robbing a taxi. Johnny Evans. He's probably got up to a few things in his life. And I dread to think what Gary Barry's been up to. I've heard he's had a few dirty nights with Kelly Sowell.
Extremely dirty.
During his time.
Northern Irish blokes who play for Man United tend to be pretty loose after a pint or two. But, quite surprised to see Gaz Barry involved.
I love Gareth Barry. Always been a big believer in Gareth.
Yeah, likewise, on a football field.
Yeah, and Johnny Evans has had
Spain.
Johnny's had his captaincy stripped as well.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. So look, they're all experienced men. They really should not be doing that. It's just ridiculous.
Did you see that Paniker penalty? The one where the lad chipped it and missed it in the Australia League.
I don't watch Australian football.
Well, I'm a big believer in Australian football. When you flick on BT Sport and Australian football's on, it's actually quite entertaining.
It's not.
I enjoy it.
The last time I watched Australian football was when Robbie Fowler was playing.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rochdale 2, Tottenham 2.
Yeah.
Fantastic result for Rochdale. Good away day for the fans at Wembley coming up.
Yeah, I know it's a week of romance this week, isn't it? With Valentine's Day, but there's nothing more romantic than that cup. A cup tie. Rochdale taking the lead. Spurs coming back to make it 2-1. And then Rochdale, in the dying embers of the game, were able to salvage a replay at Wembley. It's great. It's great for Rochdale. I'm sure Keith Hill will get well and truly smashed tonight.
And a quick word on Ipswich, please.
Yeah. East England derbies mostly gone the way of Norwich in recent years. Ipswich haven't won since 2009. And today on Sunday at Carroll Road, Ipswich took the lead in the 90th minute to wild celebrations from the Tractor Boys, but Norwich struck in the 95th minute to cause heartbreak for those Ipswich supporters. You've got to feel for them, haven't you? I mean, 2009 is the last derby win.
Well, this is it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Winter Olympics have been going on over the past week or so.
Yeah.
Currently, the table stands Norway at the top of the table, but they're basically conceived on ski slopes, so doesn't really count.
Yep.
Germany are in second, and the Netherlands are in third. Of course, John Carew's going to be buzzing about the whole thing.
Yeah, go on, John.
Congratulations to a few Brits. Lizzie Arnold, the first British person to defend a gold medal at the Winter Olympics. Fantastic achievement.
It is fantastic, and she's the greatest winter athlete we've ever had. I know James is a massive supporter of Jane Torval, but so Lizzie Arnold technically is the best, and I tell you what, she's got immense talent.
Yeah, always been a big believer in dancing on ice if that went over anyone's head.
Right.
Yeah, she was close to pulling out of the Winter Olympics. She's had breathing problems leading up to it, chest infections, but her physio motivated her to keep going.
Yep. That's that skeleton is extremely talented.
Jeez, it's like sliding with skill.
It's ridiculous. How the hell do you keep control? I mean, I'd be flying off the track.
Jesus.
So my question to you is, James, how the hell do you get it? How the hell do you get involved in skeleton?
I don't have a clue where your life has to go for you to start skeleton and then to keep going to skeleton on a regular basis.
Yeah. But
every credit for doing that. I just don't know how your life leads down that path.
No, I didn't think we had enough ice in the country really, but whatever.
You probably fell over at like Blackburn Ice Arena and just thought I'm half decent at this.
Yep.
But yeah, I felt like it was like back at being at Cheeky Monkeys or something like that.
I
Flying
never
down
went there
those
as a
slides.
kid.
Didn't?
No.
More of a Phantom Wenger man.
Oh,
Winger.
Or Wacky Warehouse.
Wacky Warehouse,
Day,
quality.
yeah.
Just a quick one. I remember the big pink slide at what was it called? There's a big pink slide at one of these children's places, and you're probably not from Preston necessarily listening to this, so I'm just talking bollocks. But yeah, big pink slide. It was massive, and that used to really scare me back in my childhood.
And James still goes to big.
I can confirm I no longer ride pink slides. But anyway, Laura Dees took bronze as well.
Yes, and she's after gold, isn't she, in Beijing? I think that all hinges on whether Lizzie Arnold goes to Beijing in 4 years' time.
Yeah. And Don Parsons, our first British male athlete to win a medal, he won bronze as well.
Yeah, that was tremendous. Well done, Dom.
And
I love the Olympics.
Yeah. Izzy Atkins won a bronze medal in the skiing, so congratulations to her. American born, but representing us.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, congratulations to Izzy.
I'm not overly keen on skiing.
And believe it or not. Oh, why not? Interesting.
No, I just think it's less entertaining than the other sports. I mean, I was watching speed skating the other day, and Ellie Christie, the British athlete, was speeding on the ice, and I saw one of the worst tackles I've ever seen on an ice rink.
All right, okay.
Yeah, they're coming off the final bend, and Lizzie's about to make a charge. And she only had to come second to qualify for the final or something. And anyway, so I think this bird's Korean, and she's absolutely wiped her out.
Jesus.
And unfortunately,
North Korean? Sabotage or?
Look, you're sick. Anyway, yeah, this Korean's walloped her. Unfortunately for Ellie, she's had soft tissue damage around the ankle, so it's a race against time to see if she can compete in her next event.
Also, a man who loves the Goon films, I'd quite like to make ice hockey fighting a Winter Olympic sport.
Yeah,
I'm a big
not?
believer in it. It's a skill. I'd quite like to see it as a sport.
Yeah.
I think it'd be brilliant to watch.
I'd like to hit you in the face with a puck, actually.
No need for that.
Whatever.
But anyway, we'll keep this podcast going. We could get a cool runnings too with the Jamaican women's bobsleigh team are back in action.
Yeah, Seki are dead. Yeah, man. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Put music in your food. Anyway.
What?
Levi Root sort of stuff.
Yep.
Anyway, the darts, we had a good Thursday night of action.
Third night, yeah.
Yeah, third night. Michael Smith opened the night, defeating Mensa Suljovic 7-2.
Yeah, Mensa's struggling, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. The only player to have not picked up a point as of yet.
Yeah. Unbelievably, Michael Smith has played 9 legs of darts there and hasn't hit a single 180. And in my opinion, he is the most prolific 180 hitter of them all. Yeah. So that's just ridiculous. Michael Smith continues his winning ways, really, and it's nice to see.
We seem to be saying this every single week, that he's finally showing his talent, but he really is, and it's good to see. He could even win this major. I wouldn't write him off at this stage.
No, I wouldn't, because he's so powerful scoring. And on tops, on Thursday, he was absolutely deadly. I mean, I don't recall him missing a dart at tops, which is good for Smith. Yeah, all the best. Mensah needs to start winning, which he's capable of doing. But when Michael Smith isn't playing well and still winning, because he wasn't overly vintage on Thursday.
No, he wasn't, but he's still got a big win. Yeah,
it's a big win. For him to win without playing overly well is fantastic for him.
Yeah. Second game of the night, Daryl Gurney 6, Gerwin Price 6, and Daryl really should have won that game, I thought.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, he's at 5-1 up, Gurney. Price is well and truly on the ropes, on the canvas, never mind on the ropes.
He was out for 10 count.
He was. Unbelievably, Price managed to get himself up. He's got himself pumped. He's in a couple of 180s. And Gurney's head has dropped. And that chin of his is tilted.
That super
again.
chin.
Yeah.
He really should have won his last 3 games again. He's just not picking up the points he should be picking up.
No. And that's all well and good over the over the longer format where he tends to be more successful.
Yeah.
But he has to start picking up more points because he deserves points. He's a fantastic player.
He's not continued his form of late last year.
And Gerwin Price is a shithouse in these competitions.
He's picked up 2 draws out of nowhere, really.
How's he managed this?
But he's a good player, Gerwin. I tell you every week. I'm telling you for last year that he's a good player.
He's all right.
Good player. Good at darts. That's ultimately why he's in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Rob Cross, the world champion, picked up his first win. He defeated the MVG conqueror, Peter Wright, 7-4.
He did. And I predicted a Rob Cross win this week.
You did, you're right.
I just felt after his fantastic weekend in Wigan again, Rob Cross was back, and Rob Cross was going to win against Snakebite, and he did. Again, he wasn't brilliant, but hellfire, he was absolutely fun. He was good enough to beat Peter Wright, who wasn't at the races.
Yeah, we'd love a bit of needle on stage as well. Peter Wright refusing to shake Rob Cross's hand.
He shook the hand after the game directly, he just wouldn't
do it on stage. And I love Peter Wright's gesticulation. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Always enjoy it. Anyway, absolutely sensational game. Game number 4.
Whirlwind.
MVG beat Gary Anderson 7-3. Both men averaged over 110. What a ridiculous standard.
And for those people who don't believe darts is a sport, you watch that.
You bloody try averaging 110.
My heart rate was
through the roof.
Was about 2 times the averages on stage, and the averages on stage were through the roof as well. It was absolutely phenomenal. Anderson and MVG, the 1 and 2 in the world. You don't look at rankings. You just look at the quality on stage.
Absolutely
Anderson
brilliant.
And MVG, what a treat. I loved every minute.
Yeah. It was 180, 180, 140, 140. It was one of the greatest games I've seen, and it was really a shame that Gary couldn't have got a couple of more legs on the ball, because he was excellent too. His double just let him down.
He ought to have got a point. MVG ought to have got 3 points with that good a performance.
We just put him in final.
MVG's timing's just ridiculous. I say every game MVG plays mostly because he doesn't lose often. He hits the double at exactly the right time. He hits the big shot at the right time. It's just fantastic to watch, and he is unstoppable. I mean, he's entered 6 tournaments already this year. He's won 5 of them. That's how ridiculous. Yeah. And just to put it into perspective, Peter Wright won 10 last year, and he was only I think it's the 3rd player ever to do so.
Wow, okay.
And that just shows how prolific the green machine is.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how well Michael Smith's doing, how he's proven his critics wrong. Another man who's doing exactly the same thing, and even more so, the wizard Simon Whitlock. He's top of the Premier League, and he beat Raymond van Barneveld 7-4, and it's just so nice to see Simon producing these performances.
It is great to see, but Whitlock wasn't brilliant again.
Yeah, but he's still getting the results.
He's playing relatively poorly in his own estimations and still coming out with wins. Raymond never really turned up. Might as well not be on stage. He just waltz around stage.
He does that occasionally, Barney, and as a fan, it's so frustrating to watch.
He didn't look overly interested, did he?
But as of right now, Michael Smith and Simon Whitlock are the only 2 players to have won every game, and they're playing each other next week.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. However,
for top of the Premier League.
Yeah, me and James were discussing it last week. It'll be a good game, but it won't be an unbelievable game, like James was suggesting to me on the night.
I think both men are going to be desperate to win it.
Yeah, it'll be a good game.
Anyway, moving on to the rugby, the Six Nations is well and truly underway. Everybody's played 2 games, and currently Ireland are top of the table. England in 2nd, Wales in 3rd, Scotland in 4th, France in 5th, and Italy, of course, in 6th, as I think they tend to be every year.
Yeah, it used to be a shootout between Italy and Scotland. I've got an opinion quite simple on rugby. I think it is a woeful sport.
Well, that's harsh. It's an alright sport.
Rugby should be kept to the south of the country where it belongs.
Well, you play cricket, but anyway, moving on from that.
And when Yorkshire are strong in cricket, England are strong in cricket. That's what you need to know.
Right, and as a man who doesn't watch much cricket, that's gone over.
Well, okay, let's look at the stats then. James Anderson from Burnley, the Burnley Lara, has taken the most Test match wickets of all time as an England
quick
player.
one. We scheduled this show, and this is the rugby section.
From the
cricket
north.
section.
Yeah, well, stop talking shite then about cricket being a southern sport.
Well,
It's clearly not.
Chelsea lads love cricket.
What?
They bloody live for it.
Just a ridiculous comment.
Look, they love it on Made in Chelsea. Anyway,
I've never
big
watched
game.
Made in Chelsea. By
England defeated Wales 12-6 with May scoring both tries there.
I didn't catch any of it.
England have won both the games as well, so Ireland, England, you imagine it'd be one of those two winning the Six Nations this year.
It is every year, mostly.
Well, this is it. Anyway, final sport. We're back on pay-per-view with wrestling, the Elimination Chamber. Now, I love the Elimination Chamber
We all love the Elimination Chamber. If you don't love the Elimination Chamber, you're just weird. I'm extremely excited. I love it. I love the barbaric nature of the match. I think it's fantastic.
It's absolute filth. Lives are on the line at the Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Now, this year, the winner will get an opportunity to take on Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at WrestleMania. We've got Braun Strowman, or Braun Strowman. I think somebody picked me up on that a couple of weeks ago.
It's Brown, isn't it?
Is it Braun or Braun? Braun? Braun Strowman, I'm being told.
Brown, I think.
Braun.
Braun, whatever. Strowman.
He's a big lad. Anyway, Elias, John Cena, Roman Reigns, The Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins will fight for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'll be well and truly in the corner of The Miz.
You're a disgrace. I used to watch The Miz in my childhood, and the amount of money I've wasted on pay-per-views where The Miz has won via being counted out and keep his title, or by disqualification, or just running away. It's just, I was sick of The Miz, watching The Miz when I was younger.
I think The Miz has got more brain cells than the rest of the roster put together.
Well, of course.
He knows how to keep championships.
Oh, yeah. Keep them is the operative word. He's not.
Yeah,
you don't feel like
exactly.
The Miz is winning.
Trust me, he wins the title on merit. That's a fact.
Well, he was never a true champion. The Miz. I mean, he only won the WWE title via Money in the Bank.
Grow. Get a grip.
Yep. Of course, I'll be in the corner of John Cena, my hero. Love John. Hashtag hustle, loyalty, respect.
You really need to grow up.
Look, you're a man who named his goldfish after John Cena, so don't even
I was about 4.
Yeah, you were not 4.
I was about 4.
You're such a liar.
I'm not a liar.
Look, we all love John Cena. John Cena's quality is one of the greatest of all time.
He's great for young children,
and if you look
which James loves.
Look, you need to stop throwing these accusations about on this podcast. But yeah, John Cena should win this match relatively comfortably for me, if there's any justice in the world. Hashtag Attitude Era.
Grow up.
Yeah. Come on, John. All supporting
Attitude
John.
Era? John Cena wasn't in the Attitude Era.
John Cena's been around for a while.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the Attitude Era.
And what's John Cena saying? Hustle, loyalty, respect. And
yeah.
Is that not an attitude thing as well?
It's attitude adjustment.
No, not his finisher. What are his sayings? He's got another saying.
Definitely not Attitude Era. Attitude...
Right, Google that, what a John Cena's saying.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure he's got another saying.
The champ is here.
No.
The C Nation.
Hashtag C Nation.
You want to fight, you gotta fight. Yeah, whatever.
Either way, John Cena's a legend of this sport.
Myth.
And I well and truly hope he wins that. Women's Elimination Chamber, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Sonya Deville, Sasha Banks. I'm not overly interested. If there's any justice in the world, Alexa or Mickie will walk away with that.
Yeah, Mickie James, legend. Yeah, the bodies of the women will be coming under extreme scrutiny in the Elimination Chamber, I thought, wouldn't you? Steel everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of steel, a lot of jumping off the top of the chambers.
Yeah, I'm not overly convinced.
Yeah, it'll be filth. It'll be absolute carnage. But we look forward to watching it.
Yeah, why not?
Final match is Azuka. It is Azuka, isn't it? I was correct on this.
Oscar! Bazooka!
Oscar versus Nia Jax. Nia Jax, of course, is a unit. And if she wins the match, she'll be at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and apparently Ronda Rousey is signing a contract, is what I've heard.
Lovely.
Yeah, we all can't be bothered with Ronda. Anyway, we discussed the 5-star wrestling a couple of weeks back. We said it wasn't brilliant. However, it's gradually improved. It's getting better. The crowds are getting bigger. So, the free show's in. I'm enjoying it more. And hopefully they can become a regular on British TV and just keep building and building and building.
I'll be honest, I haven't given it the time of day since the first episode. I might give it a whirl next week. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. There was actually a character called the Vegan Warrior. And he
yeah.
marched to the ring. Well, imagine like your stereotypical WWE fan, like sort of long hair, be it like greasy, drinking Monster Energy.
Yeah.
Anyway, this Vegan Warrior leant over the barricade and screamed at him that he was a vegan, which I thought was quite entertaining. And there's nothing more I like than watching a vegan get battered. So I enjoyed the whole performance.
Why do you enjoy watching vegans get battered?
Because I don't like vegans. Because vegans like telling you that they're vegans.
Right.
So you're very... This isn't fair, because you've always been anti-vegan.
No.
And now you're pretending to be gossip to cross the...
No, I'm a big advocate of veganism.
You're not an advocate of veganism.
I am. Look at my Twitter.
You love food.
Look,
You love beef. You love sausage.
Yes. I'm not disputing the fact I enjoy a slice of meat every now and again, but I like the concept of veganism.
You do not like the concept of vegan. I've had enough of you.
I do.
Yeah, anyway.
Plus, the missus is a vegan. So.
Yeah.
I had to say that.
Always sticking up for his missus. Anyway, to conclude the show, we'd just like to congratulate George Groves alongside those Brits, Lizzie Arnold, Laura Dees, Dan Parsons, and Izzy Askins.
And Jane Torval. Don't forget Jane.
Well, Jane won about 40 odd years ago, didn't she? It's been a while since Jane Torval did the Bolero.
Well, yeah, but it's good to give our congratulations to Jane Torval and Christopher Day.
Thank you for tuning in. For those British athletes, we'll be playing you out with the national anthem. See you next time.